Oh my goodness, so much to look at. Sneak peeks of everything. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to my April, holy moly, April art chat. This is the series where we take a look at all of the art that I made in the month. Today is currently April 30th, 2024, and I have not made any art today, but I'll show you what I get up to next week. Next week? Next month. Next month during May's art chat. Getting the filming of this done and done. Okay, I don't even know. There's so many sketchbooks. Why do I work on so many sketchbooks? Primarily Talon's art creation sketchbooks. The best. This sticker is from Sad Stab. They work at Play to Record, downtown Toronto. It is neon orange. It's not coming out that way. This is a sketchbook that we looked at last month where I was working on the 1 week, 100 people challenge. And I think it was after I did that art chat that I decided I needed to draw more people. And this is when an obsession with single line 3-color portraits started to happen. So just quickly show you my little 3-color palette. So these are Holbein Artist Watercolor, Gamboge Nova, Quinacridone Magenta, and Turquoise Blue. And I just have 2 of each in here so that I can use one for mixing. Like this one I obviously mix for greens, and then this one I use to mix purple. Anyway, yeah. You'll see those swatched in comparison to other watercolors and then also some acrylic inks that I got. But here's where I started the portraits. Sophie McPike and Kaylee Athena. So that was the 1st of April. The 2nd of April, more portraits. Intergalactic Peach Patrol and Jessica Sword, aka The Sword in the Zone on Instagram. Yes, okay, that was the 2nd. Also on the 2nd, I did a Scribble Brigade with Sophie McPike, sticking with the single line 3-color water palette. The Scribble Brigade is very much like Art Hang Party. It is basically Art Hang Party, but Sophie runs it. And the theme she does one theme a month, and the theme was vintage stamps for the month of April. Very fun. And these are all 3-minute drawings, so it was fast for single line and watercolor. But I like them. I really like them. I really feel like this single line drawing style is uniquely, can I say that? Is uniquely me? Is that a thing that I'm allowed to say without my head exploding? I feel like, I don't know, I've never really seen anything else that looks like this, and it's so fun to do. Anyway, Elise Sylvester and Paola Fashionista. This turns out is not actually Paola, but was her profile photo, so we will see her. Oh, I'm not done. Sorry. Sherilyn Joy, aka Little Miss Joyness. Addie Riz, Adrian Langley. These are all Art Hang Party friends. Melissa Jabby, Christine Pierce Tang. And then on the 4th, so this is Paola, Laura Paola. I never know if I say her name right. Paola, hello. Hi, everybody. Stephanie Hubble. Psychwatch, ex-Psychwatch. I forget what your username is on Instagram. So that was the 4th. Also on the 4th was Art Hang Party Day. I must have done those before Art Hang Party. The theme for this Art Hang Party was movie posters, but dogs, if you can't tell. We've been starting Art Hang Parties with quick 30-second blind contours, so that's what we're looking at here. Juno, yes, I could remember that one. Bark to the Future, that's another day. And then continuing on with the Art Hang Party movie posters, but dogs. Turn that down, that's very bright all of a sudden. The light. So I photoshopped to get ready for this week. I photoshopped, I found the movie posters online, and then I photoshopped in dogs' heads that looked like it fit the posters. So it was pretty fun. I think the most fun part of this particular art hang party was actually preparing the reference photos, doing the photoshops. That's my Simon as Jaws. And yeah, it was really fun trying to find like the expressions on the dogs' faces to fit the expressions on the posters. And I think that's that. On the 5th, I did my portraits, self-portraits. So as I was doing all of the others, I'm like, I should draw myself and update my profile photo. So I updated it on Instagram, but I don't know that I've done it anywhere else. Anyway, this was the first one that I did because I have been scanning these, and this page scans nicer than this page, but I didn't like how that turned out. I think it's cute, but I don't know that it looks so much like me. And then I did this one, and this is the one that I decided to use for my profile pictures. Very nice, very fun. And also my brother and his family were on a little family vacation, a little, what is spring break? And they went to an aquarium, and he was sending me, sending the family group chat photos and stuff. And the one picture that he sent of these little sharks, I just needed to capture them on paper. So this is some cold pressed paper, and I used oil pastels, just like maybe like 4 oil pastels, just limited colors. And I love this thing so much. I need to varnish it, spray varnish, and then find a frame for it, because I just think it's lovely. And hang it up on the wall. On the 6th. Oh, okay, so I think I did these ones the day before. This is my friend Susie and her boyfriend, Matt. This is the first dude that I've drawn in this way, and it worked. A few more. We've got Kate and Annie. I just love these so much. Let's go to this big boy. On the 6th was the pop-up art hang party. So this was a Saturday morning pop-up where we crank the time up to 20 minutes per reference. Let me get that out of the way. Our theme was night scenes, and I'm so glad that we did these with friends, because I've maybe done 2 night scenes in my entire, since I started making art. And it's like one of those things that just kind of, your brain can't really tackle it. But I did it. And I think I was recalling back again when we did the negative space art hang party. So the way that I did these was I did the main big outlines of the shapes, and then I used a gray, this is oil pastel. I used a gray oil pastel, did the main big outline shapes, and then came in and broke down the next biggest shape and then the next biggest shape until like it's time to get into the details. But yeah, so 20 minutes a piece, and which way does that go? It was a nice art hang party. If you didn't do it, I highly suggest doing it. This one, I really think I should go back in and just make the sky black, because it's so, like, it doesn't quite look like it. Maybe I'll do that after. I'll probably leave it, but I think that sky should be black. And this one was the hardest one. for whatever reason. But a very, very good art hang party. On the 7th of April, another single line drawing, Master Study. So this is, I pulled out one of the art books that I have, and this is E.H. Varley Sunflowers from 1921. And yeah, so this is all single line, and then just using that 3-color color palette. Again, very, very nice. Who do we have in single line? Oh my God, okay. So the Boston Celtics, if you don't know, are gonna win the NBA championship this year. And one of the, I think it was the day before, so it would have been the game that happened on April the 7th. Malcolm Brogdon and Robert Williams III were Boston Celtics players last year. They were traded. It was very sad. They were two fantastic players, and this was the first time that the reunion happened. And just the pictures that were posted on the Instagram page were so sweet. Like, you can just tell how much these guys love each other. Like, just look. And so I needed to draw them, and I did, and I posted them on Instagram, and I tagged the players that I could tag because you can't tag everybody. And Robert Williams III not only liked my story, he sent me a direct message telling me how much he loves them and asking how he can buy them. So, fangirling a little bit. That was amazing. I replied back and just like, they're in my sketchbook. I'll take them out. I'll send them to you. Just let me know where to send them. No problem. But I'm still waiting for a response that will never come, but it was still really, really cool. Really cool. Oh, on the 7th. We're still on the 7th. Must have been a very nice day. It was the first like actual spring day. We went and we sat in the park across the street. So this is Simon chilling on a little picnic blanket, just using Neocolors. And then I thought I would try a single line drawing from life, which is hard. So this is a group of people playing that silly handball trampoline game thing, whatever it is, I don't know. And then one of our unhoused neighborhood people just chilling with his belongings. Next, the 9th. During my morning run the day before, I stopped to take some pictures. There's a Luminaire exhibition happening at Trillium Park, which is a park that I run through on my run route along the waterfront of Lake Ontario near me. And they had these, one of the exhibitions was these wax wolves that were fluorescent in color. So it was early in the day. On the 9th, I prepped my page with acrylic inks, with the fluorescent acrylic inks that are in the background. And then when I went to sit down for art time, which usually happens after dinner, I used just a black Neocolor, and black pencil to do it. But negative spaced it all out, and I just think it's really cool. The sculptures of these were pretty stunning, as you can probably imagine. On the 10th, I participated in a Draw This in Your Style that Sophie McPike put out on Instagram. So I did her drawing in single line and 3-color watercolor, because that's what I'm doing now. Not exclusively, but it's fun. I also joined in an introvert drawing club with Beth Spencer. That's a tongue twister of a name. And the theme was waiting dogs, and it was in combination. It was Beth Spencer and it was Samantha Dion Baker. So fangirl me. Told Sam that I was a big fan, and I showed her an artwork that she inspired a little while ago. It was so Introvert Drawing Club happens on Zoom, so it's more like face-to-face drawing through the internet. But yeah, I use Neocolor 2's for these guys. Very cute. I think this one's so sweet. Oh, did I miss talking about the 6th? Oh, night scenes. This was for the night scenes art hang party where we started with some 30-second Plein contours. Just more buildings than anything. On the 11th was landscape week at art hang party. We haven't done landscapes in a very long time. So we started out doing 10 seconds per color for these scribbly ones. Hey, kiddo. So we had 5 colors, and then we were just doing 5 seconds per color. She's playing with all the loose date tags. And then we moved up to 2 minutes, and I was just using a limited color palette of Neo colors. 2 minutes, 5 minutes. This was a classic art hang party. 7 minutes. Really love the mishmash of background trees there. I think that really worked out nicely. And then one 10-minute, my future dream home. All right. On the 12th, this piece was from a YouTube video that I saw. I can't remember her name, but it was a video, I'll link it below, of Amsterdam or Copenhagen or something, graphic design in that city. She was showing different spots and areas and things. Anyway, this scene really stood out to me. It was so striking with the red boat and then the colorful buildings in the background. So I took a screenshot of it and saved it for this day, the 12th, to paint. So I used Kiritake Gonzai Tombi for this, just really loosely. But before I even put the paint down, I used a white China marker that I have, and drew in the windows, and it was really hard to see the windows, so that's why they're all messy. And then I just painted on top and used it as a bit of a wax resist, which, you know, it works. It's got a certain charm. But yeah, that was fun. Just a loose, rough thing. And then these are all my Neo colors that I have, my Neo Color 2s. Lutza asked if I could share my palette, because she's slowly starting to collect them, I think, or maybe not so slowly starting to collect them. And yeah, so these are the ones that I started with initially. I think these were the ones that I picked up in one go, and then I've been adding slowly, like 1 or 2 every time I go to this particular art store that sells them individually. Above ground on McCall Street in downtown Toronto, if anybody is wondering what the best art store is in the city. Where do we start? Did I miss one in here? Do I have one in here? Ha! Look at that. They didn't even put the date on this. This was the 15th of April. Let me write that down. Put that over here. All right. That happened off screen. I took myself out for a plein air date, and I made a video, a really quick, short plein air video, which you can watch here, and I'll link it below. But this one I started with watercolor first, just very loosely, and then I used a fountain pen to add the details on top. It didn't go as planned, but looking back at it now, I think it's really fun. I used to do really precise watercolors, not even like that, and I've forgotten how, so. This is how I do landscapes now with watercolor and ink. Which is cool. I've been striving for, I'll look at this now, but I'm going to show this a little bit out of order. This I had paint in the background. I think it's acrylic paint. just smooshed there. And this is Captain Ron. We know him. I know him from when I worked at Starbucks. And we see him in the neighborhood all the time. And I saw him kind of working on his truck here and like across the marina. So I sat down on a bench and captured that scene here. And I also, that same little outing, did some People from Life drawings. The only thing I did, this is my People from Life sketchbook that I haven't really been drawing people from life, but just some people chilling in the Muskoka chairs in the park. Cute. Next. Oh, okay. What do we want to see first? I think this is the order that I did it. Let's stay true to the order. I made a self-portrait. I don't often, well, I mean, we've seen, I did the single line portraits before, but I think this is the most successful self-portrait that I have ever painted. And I started it just really loosely, like I just sketched with paint. So I treated it more like a still life painting than a self-portrait. And I think aside from my mouth being misplaced and my chin being a little much, I think it looks like me enough to say that this is the best representationally accurate self-portrait that I've been able to make so far. And the colors, I really love the colors on that too. And then it was another Scribble Brigade time for another Scribble Brigade with Sophie. And I stuck to the same single line 3 watercolor. Yeah, fun. I'll link Sophie's channel below, but I'm pretty sure you know who Sophie is. This was just a pretty silly time. I think I was limited in I was spent creatively. I was probably doing some illustration work or something before I opened up my sketchbook. So these are just some silly ladies from Pinterest. Ladies having fun on Pinterest. I don't think I captured the age appropriately on these because these ladies were like 80 years old on some sort of teeter-totter contraption. The 18th was Art Hang Party, and it was Cake Week. This week, so again, we started with the 30-second blind contours, and we drew cakes from Leche Con Pan, Mexico, which is Andrea, who comes to Art Hang Party, is her cake business that she runs with her family, which is pretty cool. I was using some watercolor brush markers and not at all having a fun time with them. I've realized I don't like drawing with markers. I am very uncomfortable with it. So then after our mid-break show and tell, I switched over to my rainbow pencil and liked it much, much better. I felt more comfortable with it anyway. Whether or not you think they're better, I don't know, but I felt better. So that's what matters. On the 19th, where did that come from? Must not have needed it. On the 19th, I did Debbie Draws Funny. Debbie Draws Funny put out a Draw Weird Things With Me video. And so I was watching it as I was eating dinner. I was like, I should draw weird things with Deb. Because this is the day before we had our first live drawing session that Deb and I co-hosted together. So I was like, okay, I'm going to use this as a warm-up. So weird things. And then on the 20th was our first live drawing session that we did over Google Meet. So very much like Zoom, but Google Meet and free. It was really nice. So it was different from Art Hang Party in that I could see other people on my screen. Like it was more like a conversation meeting, you know, cameras on if you're comfortable. Actual conversations, people talking, you know, laughing live together. It was really fun. And Deb had gathered all of these weird photo references. Lutza sent in a few, so these were hers. Just some photos from signs at the zoo and some giant fluffy pig. We started with the blind contours just to loosen up. And yeah, just drawing and having fun and a lot of laughing and a lot of questioning what the heck. But yes, an enjoyable time. We have decided that we're going to do it quarterly in one way or another. I would love to keep doing it with Deb, but she's also suggested that perhaps I might want to open it up to other people to co-host. So if that's something that you're interested in, please let me know. But also, Deb, I would love to just keep doing it with you because it's fun now that we're official texting art friends outside of any social medias. Very fun. Some pictures that I drew on single line drawings that I did on the 21st of Andrea, whose cakes we drew. They are both Andrea. On the 21st, I'm gonna pop back here. So these are the Holbein watercolors that I use for my single line portraits. And then as I was refilling my little palette, I remembered that when I was in Japan, I also got some a Turner's little set, like tiny little set of watercolors. So I swatched those out. And then I also picked up, I worked on a commission this month as well, that somebody's giving as a wedding gift. So I can't show it because, I mean, chances of them seeing this video, very, very slim, but there's a chance. So I don't want to give anything away. So just know that I also worked on an acrylic canvas commission this month, which was very nice. So after I dropped that off, I went to the art store and I picked up some Higgins drawing ink. You can see me painting with them in the most recent vlog that I have up on my channel. Yeah, so I did that. And then on the 21st, I did this unrelated to that. I think this is wash and neocolor. I'm questioning that. I think it's watercolor. It's watercolor. Watercolor with neocolor color pencils on top. And the photo was a reference that Jessica posted on her stories that was just too pretty not to draw. It's one of those ones you're like, yeah, I want to draw that. I want to draw that. On the 23rd, oh yes, more weird things that we drew. This was also part of that live drawing session. And then to fill the spread up, because I can't leave a spread unfinished on a day, I drew some old family photos that my sister found. That's me looking all sassy. Also me here in the blue. 23rd was another Scribble Brigade session. Oh yeah. Okay. So enjoy the colors of those, because let me show you. I found, and again, this is swatched out and explored for the first time in my most recent vlog, which I'll link down below. Some paint sticks, some cheapo dollar store paint sticks that are my new favorite art supply. They're just so fun. They're so fun. And like, this is the kind of thing that you can do with them. What? Crazy? Yes. This is a Scribble Brigade session, the final stamp session of Scribble Brigade. And I was sitting on the couch as I did these, so I had the paint sticks beside me and I would just like pick them up and do it. And then I also used, to go over top of it, this Stabilo Acrylable 8046 pencil, black. Goes over everything. It says that it works on paper, glass, plastic, and metal. Yeah, get yourself one of these. It was like, I think they're like $2, $1, something like that. Like, it's cheap pencil. I guess that's the end of that book, but I'm gonna leave that open for the purposes of a thumbnail in a minute. Also the 23rd, yes, I played with the ink. I played with the new acrylic inks that I got. So it's the Higgins acrylic drawing ink. It feels thinner than the other acrylic inks that I have, and it's very nice. And I really like, this was my reminder to draw fish earlier in the day that I left for myself, so I was like, oh, that's cute. I'm just gonna leave that in here. Yeah, so you can watch this come together in that video that I have linked down below. And I used black Neocolor 2, which is my latest Neocolor addition to my set. And then I added water over top. The 24th, more paint stick fun. The 25th, this was from an introvert drawing club that was happening at, I think it was 11 a.m. my time. So I was sitting at my desk. I quickly grabbed my sketchbook. I was using the fountain pen that I use for taking notes while I'm sitting at my desk. And I was not at all feeling creative at that time, at least not sketchbook creative. So I stopped after like 10 minutes. Which is okay. That's okay. Right? That's okay. The 25th, I did a couple more portraits, my cousin Steph and Teresa. And that is all that's in there. And then also the 25th is birthday party day, and it was figure drawing week. So I had these like random, in that vlog, my latest vlog that I'm linking below, I found like a stash of old art, and there was also some empty cut up pieces of watercolor paper in there. So I thought I would use those for figure drawing. It was very fun, starting with the blind contours and then moving on to 1-minute poses. And the way that I did these was I took the paint sticks and blocked out the color first, and then I used that Stabilo pencil and drew on top, which works really well. I think these now are 2 minutes, maybe, I don't know. And then I ran out of paper, so then I moved into my little art hang party sketchbook. Not only for art hang party, but mostly art hang party. That was a 5-minute one. I found the 5-minute one really hard. So I don't think I spent the full 5 minutes, and then I did a blind contour. And then 2 minutes. More 2 minutes. Uh, 1 minute. Started going back down in time, and then we ended with 30-second blind contours. Just to bookend. So these were really fun. I really enjoyed figure drawing. We should do that like, I don't know, every 5 or 6 weeks, I think. So many pieces of paper. And then let's show this. Clue started posting, sorry about the siren in the background. She posted this picture of her dog in the Art Hang Party Discord, and everybody started chatting and like real time. It felt like real time chatting. There was enough people that I said, hey, why don't we jump on and do like a video chat, and then we can draw together. So spontaneous me. I started, I went on Discord, there's a section down at the very bottom that has like a little microphone, and you can use it as like a video chat. So I started that and was sitting there for a minute or two on my own, and then Zan came, which was really cool. So Zan and I were drawing and chatting together for a bit, and then Kristen joined us. And yeah, we just had a nice little time chatting, drawing some pets. Very very, very fun, very fun. I would love to do more of that, just like spontaneously jumping on there and having chats. And anybody else who is on the Art Hank Party Discord and interested in doing that, feel free at any time to go in there and start up a thing and just let everybody know that you're there and wanting to hang out. On the 28th, so it was all like the last, it would have been 26th, 27th, 28th, I was working on this painting, which is, I think, the final piece in my collection that I'm calling Memories from Grandma's Garden. And in my head, the first like row or two of her garden was always really colorful tulips. So tulips are in bloom here now. Finally, spring is starting to spring. So yeah, so I spent a good amount of time working on this little painting. I had some good feedback from Art Hang Party friends, trying to kind of give some direction on how to make it better. And in the end, I think it got to where it needed to be. Yeah, and one day I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the collection, how I want to showcase it. I do want to put the items up for sale. And yeah, we'll see what happens there. But I will obviously keep you posted. And yesterday I did this scene. This is HTO Park, which is a park that we walk around. So our walk, we kind of walking here, and then we come walk here, and then walk up here, and then continue on our lunchtime walk with Simon. And I had acrylic paint left over from the tulip painting, smooshed on the background, and then I used gouache and Neocolor 2s on top. So just a really quick, loose landscape painting, kind of similar to that as a background, but more yellow and pink. And this sketchbook is almost due for a sketchbook tour, so watch out for that, probably early May, if I had to guess. And that is the end of Art Hang Party. No, that is the end of the April art chat. That's it, that's all. My favorite thing that I've made, that's not all. I had been working on Procreate digitally. I will show the results here as I'm talking, but a number of years ago, maybe even 10 years ago, during the time when I used to commute like 45 minutes to an hour on the subway every day to get to and from work, like 45 minutes one way, 45 minutes home. So it's a lot of downtime on the subway. And I used to knit a lot. Knitting was my art. And one day I remember pulling out my iPhone and was just typing, and I made a guide to knitting and public transportation. So I had this list of items on how to knit on the subway. And as I was looking back through, I don't even know how I stumbled upon it, but it was buried deep, deep, deep in my notes app. But I saw it, and then I decided I needed to start illustrating it. So in the mornings with coffee, and sometimes at night while I was watching TV, I would pull out my iPad and I would just draw like one or two of these little illustrations to accompany the guide that I wrote. And then it came together, and it is, I love it. I think it's so cute. I put it out on Substack as its own little post. I did an Instagram post, kind of a teaser thing, pointing people to my website portfolio where they can see the full thing. So the full guide is available on Substack and on my website, but you will have, by this point of my rambling, seen the whole thing. So that was fun. I would love to do more of that. I would love to get paid to do that kind of a thing. That's my goal. Illustration all day, every day, please. I've also been illustrating doing a lot of vector illustrations in the last couple of weeks for my one major municipal public transportation client, which is really cool. But anyway, my favorite thing that I did this month is, I love that knitted guide, so that might be it, but I don't think it is. I do love the tulips, but I think of all of the things, like of the single line drawings, don't forget these little sharks. I think my favorite thing are these strawberries right here. I'm so in love with these. Like if I could cut, I don't know, this needs to be like tattooed right there. I love it. This little thing, these little strawberries. This little 3 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute strawberry, 3 minute strawberries. So good. How was your April? Let me know how your April was, if you've had any big creative successes, if you've found, stumbled on a new style, like my single line drawings. Any fun paint or art supply finds. I think these paint sticks are a gem. Go watch that video and you can see me geek out trying them out for the first time. Yeah, anyway, that's it. These videos never get shorter, but anyway, I make a lot of art. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Oh, my name is Melissa, by the way. Okay, bye! How do we do a thumbnail? What do I want to remember? I want to remember my first plein air of the year. Simon's head. We have to have those tulips poking there. That's good. Little sharkies. Oh, this has to be, I need to do that one. That's the one that Robert Williams commented on. Robert Williams the third. We'll do a little peek of Kristen's dog. Is that a good? What am I missing? Am I missing anything? That's good. Okay, that's good. I'll take a snapshot of that. I'm trying to look around to see. I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. Anyway, see ya. Man, so awkward.